Mental health professionals, you're doing yourself and your clients a disservice if you aren't taking regular time off. We can get caught up in this idea that our work or our clients need us so badly. They need us to always be there, need us to be available to help. And even if we know logically that we need to take time off and that we need to be able to step away, we often have these parts of us that need to feel needed, feel like we're the only ones that could help, the one that can solve all the problems, the one that knows all the answers. Hi, I'm Rebel Wolf with Kindness Corner Studio, where we provide burnout care that understands your work, your identity, and your nervous system, all rooted in connecting with your own creativity and intuition. A lot of us have some similar wounds, core wounds of needing to prove our worth through what we can provide to others, needing to prove our worthiness. Brene Brown refers to it as hustling for your worthiness, doing everything you possibly can to prove to some part of yourself that you actually are worthy of love, worthy of care, worthy of time off. But that is factually incorrect. Our worth remains regardless of what we accomplish, of who we help, of what milestones we achieve. Our worth is inherent in our being from the moment we're born until the moment we're gone, and nothing changes that. But a lot of us have these hangups, and that gets in the way of us being able to do our best work, of us being able to help our clients in the best way possible, and being able to set things up for folks to understand that they too do not need to hustle for their worthiness and that they too are allowed to exist. So let's look at it this way. Do we want our clients to believe that they need to be so fiercely independent that they don't take care of themselves? Absolutely not. We are always modeling. We're modeling for our clients, we're modeling for our coworkers, we're modeling for our agencies, our colleagues in the field. If we aren't able to know our worth and to know that we deserve to have time off when where we can unplug and we can just be human, and not be a therapist, problem solver, helper, case manager, person with all the answers. If we can't do that, how will other folks know that it's okay for them to be able to do that? And I'm a social worker. So, in the field of social work specifically, there is often talk of how we need to work to be respected as providers in the mental health and the medical fields. And that specifically connects to insurance reimbursement rates and our being able to provide services that are just as good as professionals with other letters behind their names. But if we don't know our own worth, that our worthiness is inherent, how are we going to convey that to the rest of the world? It's going to be impossible. So, just like we need to have clinical consultation, just like we need to have continuing ed, supervision, team meetings, we need to have time off. Time where these helping parts get to fully unplug and take a backseat for a while. Now, let's talk about some of the things that get in the way for you. Some of the stories that you tell yourself about why you can't take time off, how it's just not the right time, or how some clients are going through a particularly hard time right now, how you were just away for that conference last month and you can't miss more work, how you can't afford to take a day off, and your clients won't be okay without you. And I'm not dismissing the fact that our relationships with our clients are deep and powerful and incredible, and that is true. And like all relationships, if you can't withstand a little bit of time apart, then there's something seriously wrong. I know that for me, a lot of the stories have to do with money, and that has to do with core wounds that I have. And my idea of worthiness for myself being connected to how much money I'm able to make, or if I'm able to sustain certain things on my own completely independently. So the story is that I can't take time off. I can't not be bringing in income for a few days or a week at a time. that my clients are going through a hard time and it's just not right time for me to take off. Um, Maybe I just took off time a month ago, or I can't take more time now, or I don't really need it because I'm not falling apart right now, or I should save the time for some other time when things are really bad and really overwhelming. Um, yeah, I mean, I'm not saying that financial strain isn't a concern because seriously, I know that it is. But see how those fears are calling all the shots, like those parts of me that are afraid. And I just don't want to be living my life like that. And I don't want that for you either. We need a consistent cycle of taking time off, not just at holidays or when we're traveling for a conference or when we've worked ourselves into the ground and literally can't function anymore. We need regular, consistent time off that we can count on, that we know is coming. And that sets the stage for our brains to know, oh, okay, we don't have to hang on forever without a break. A break is coming. And that perspective can make all the difference when we're doing this hard and sometimes excruciating work. So, I want to encourage you to think about the stories that you tell yourself. Think about those core wounds, the ones that get activated when you're thinking about taking time off. And what's going on there? How much are you able to shift that for yourself? How much are you able to try to tell a different story or shift the story that exists? So, when this video ends, you can go get out your notebook and write down about these parts that get activated and these stories and these fears. And then can you try to counter them or challenge them with other ones? The truth is that you deserve to be taken care of. You deserve to know your worth is inherent. You deserve to be able to tend to all of your needs, even if it doesn't feel like things are really bad yet. You're still allowed to have all your needs met. You're always allowed to have all your needs met. So, if you're looking for a space with more encouragement like this, a cheerleader for your own self care, a community with other mental health professionals who know what it feels like to get burnt out crispy in this field, then you have found the right place. Welcome. At Kindness Corner Studio, we gather together in safe spaces to recover from and prevent burnout through we use creativity and community. All of our offerings are anti-racist, LGBTQIA plus and neuro-affirming. And as of right now, all of our offerings are virtual. And most include handmade materials care packages that I put together myself and I mail them directly to you. Can you tell that I love to show you the love? If this sounds interesting, comforting, or maybe even exactly what you need, you can sign up for our email list with the link in the description, and you'll get a 25% off discount code you can use whenever you're ready to register for an event with us. Until then, you can check out our website and see if we've actually decided to return to Facebook, Instagram after a multi-year break. But anyway, until we connect and create again, keep your hands messy, your heart kind, and remember, you've already done enough.